Hepinize merhaba arkadaşlar. Vampir'in yeni bir bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Neden burada başladım diye soracak olursanız. Yürüme mesafesi yapmak istemedim ya. Video boşu boşuna uzamasın. Siz de sıkılmayın diye. Direkt buradan başlayalım. Videodan önce bir şeyi yükseltmeye çalıştım ama. Evet, kılıcımı alemin parçası lazımdı. Bir tanesini bulduk bile iyi oldu. Görev yeri nerede? Burada ha.
So Priwen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Steady, boys, we've got one.
Maç göster, maç göster. Hah. Büyük ihtimal bizim aşağıda. Kılıcımız yükselecek şimdi. Biz aşağı nasıl ineceğiz şimdi, o var. Bizim doktoru kaçırdılar, onu bulacağız da nasıl bulacağız şimdi? Veya dalan diyorsun. Dalan, Allah dalan, burası açılmıyor bir.
It's locked.
Şaşırdık mı?
He's mine! No! He's dead! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Uf, güzel vurdum ha.
Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here!
Ulan o kadar şey yapıyoruz, kapıları kıramıyoruz ya.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence. It's locked, all right.
Abi vampirsin. Vur kapıyı, kırılsın abi ya.
Die, late!
İlla bana bunu yaptıracaksın.
I cannot enter. Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCallum drank. I had better keep that in mind. Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Yes, benim.
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skull epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open.
Dayıyı sağlam dövmüşler.
Became of him.
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
Bir şey mi saklıyorsun?
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
Abi açıkla bakayım, ne
I have
açıklayacaksın?
nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms. Blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital.
Olayı kaçırdım ama hadi bakalım. Ne açıklayacak?
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to
buymuş.
find the cure for influenza.
Salakını bu sağlıyormuş
Whose
galiba.
blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my
You
research.
used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed two of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Ne yapsak acaba? Ölsün kucakta. Dönüştüreyim ya. Kimseyi dönüştürmemiştim,
No,
seni
Edgar,
dönüştüreceğim.
you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all
Sen
that's
kucak
been
açtın
said,
bana
you
ama
would
ben
offer
senin
me
böyle bir şeyler
this
yaptığını
gift?
bilmiyordum.
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So,
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
very well then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!
Aç köpek gibi nasıl içti ya? Tamam böyle.
It's locked.
Nereden çıkacağız oğlum biz ya? Bu oradan açılmıyor, buradan açılmıyor.
Remember your vows, friends.
Algını bu yapıyormuş. Biz bunu vampir yapmasa mıydık ya? Ya bileyim ya bu da bize böyle çalışma yeri verdi falan. İhanet etmeyerek dedik.
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Boys! We have to stop it! I'll kill you!
Dur şundan sıkma bana. Gördün mü?
Over there! There's one of them!
Tamam.
Die, vermin!
Kan toplayalım böyle. Yukarıdaymış.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him. Or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease.
Aynen söyledi.
To exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Aptal dedim aynen.
Edgar's behavior was beyond lunacy. He had neither the discipline, knowledge, nor the proper facilities to conduct blood experiments.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Icor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone.
Niye oğlum ya? Manyak.
Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait,
enemy.
no! Elizabeth!
Aha. Bu ne şimdi? Panzer için malzeme topla. Lord William Marshall'ın Oo. Hepsini yapacak vaktimiz yok. Video uzuyor o zaman. Ne yapalım? Bir tanesini alalım. Videoyu kapatalım. Diğer iki tanesini diğer videoya kalsın o zaman. En yakın hangisi? Ona gidelim şimdi. Hastane. Bütçer. Buradan ilk
Now
bana
would be a
gidelim.
good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
Kilitli değil mi burası? Ah değil, şaşırdım.
Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
Only the first step.
Şimdi buraya giriş arıyoruz değil mi? Biz aynen buraya giriş arıyoruz. Burada mevzu çıkabilir. Vaziyet alın.
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with
Oğlum dur lan.
you, I'll have to improvise.
Bunu sen istedin. Neredeydi bunun kanı? Toplantı odasında galiba. Değil miydi kanı? Allah Allah. Bir bunu tokatlayacağım şimdi, büyük ihtimal ondan alacağım.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker, Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
This is more important than the club you owe me.
Aynen, böyle bir bağlama
This is
çekelim belki
London's
verir.
last hope.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
Hayret lan, nasıl verdin? Birincisini aldık. Diğerleri uzak ya. Videoyu burada bitirelim arkadaşlar. İzlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Esen kalın.